On this episode of Under the Radar Michigan, we head to Holland for some incredible candle carving UTR style. We'll also meet an amazing woman who cast her fate to the wind and eat some yummy pastries with the original Dutch brothers. Then we head to St. Joseph for a beautiful beach town where it always feels like you're on vacation. We'll kick back with some uber cold beer and great pizza in a real working train station and discover a unique artist with a big helping hand. It's all right here on UTR.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com. The Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure series raises funds and awareness in the breast cancer fight, celebrates survivorship, and honors those who have lost their battle. Everyone is welcome. Find a Komen Race for the Cure in more than 140 cities at komen.org.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar Michigan. Have you ever wanted to go to Holland and meet real Dutch people, but the plane tickets were a little pricey? Well, don't worry, this is Michigan. We got Holland right here. Isn't that right? Good job.
Holland is an iconic Michigan town that was pretty much imported from the Netherlands. It's beautiful, clean, full of friendly people, and is a favorite place for vacationers from around the world. The town was actually founded by some authentic Dutch immigrants way back in 1847. And the town's rich Dutch heritage continues to this day. It's a bit of the old country with a lot of cool new places to shop, eat, and stay for a while. And if you're so inclined, Holland is also a great place to take or even start a family. Holland is located in western Lower Michigan, just 30 minutes southwest of Grand Rapids. Oh, and about 5,000 miles west of the Netherlands. Now, before I become completely Dutch, I thought I'd better talk to somebody who knows this town really well, and that's Sally Lakaitis from the Holland Visitors Bureau.
What do you think gives Holland its personality?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's the Dutch influence. We're also a very ethnically diverse community. We are in the second most agriculturally diverse county in the state of Michigan. And we have a strong industrial manufacturing base, plus we have Lake Michigan. So we're a resort destination, we're an award-winning downtown. We have people that really, really care about the community. So I think it's a nice blending of new and old and ethnicities, plus a beautiful, beautiful area.
Well, the downtown's immaculate. Everybody's out, everybody's happy and clean and nice and wonderful. And
you know, it's interesting that you say that because when people walk into our office, the majority of them say, what a clean community you live in. And, you know, we grew up in that, so we don't really think it's anything unusual. But when people walk in the door and say, it's so clean, and it's Dutch clean.
Holland really is a picture-perfect Michigan town. Heck, I liked it so much, I even changed my name to Tom Van Dalton. Couldn't help myself.
you know, if you'd asked me a couple of days ago if decorative candles were my thing, I would have said, no. But after seeing these candles, I can't wait to light one up.
Now, usually a candle is, well, just a candle. But if you want a luminary that's literally a wax work of art, Holland House Candles is the place to light it up. Valerie Nichols and her husband Bill have developed a variety of incredible candles that are so unique, they've even got a federal trademark. These handcrafted artisan candles are made one at a time and shipped all over the world. Valerie, along with her black belt candle master Celeste Smith, gave me a quick lesson in the meticulous methods behind these marvelous candles.
Now, are you an artist by trade? Because these designs are so incredibly artistic.
Thank you.
And so, I mean, complicated. You have to be an artist.
I'd call myself a craftsperson. I'm very experienced carving candles, and so is Celeste.
How long did it take you to learn how to do this?
It took me about 2 years before I could carve my first full-price candle.
Really, 2 years of apprenticeship.
Yes,
You enjoy it?
I do. I love it.
But when you started doing this when you were 16, were you doing designs this intricate?
No, they are much simpler designs.
And
We've
you-
developed all of these designs that you see here over the past 40 years.
And you dip it takes about 5 minutes to dip it. Mm-hmm. And you have to carve the can. You've only got 15 minutes to work with the wax until
Right.
it gets too hard.
Right. So you have to work fast.
You ever burn the candle at both ends? No.
Not answering that.
The intricacy of these candles is amazing to me. I'm watching you do it, and you make it look so easy, but it's unbelievable to me. I could watch you do this all day. You ever make a mistake?
Occasionally, yes.
I wouldn't know the difference even if she did. Now I see why it takes 2 years to learn to do this. Sure, it takes a normal person 2 years before they can competently carve one of these creative candles correctly. But you know me, I'm pretty much good at everything.
That's what you're going to make.
No,
Yep.
I'm gonna make a candle they put in a Chianti bottle. That's what I'm not gonna make. Stay tuned, it gets worse. You cut towards your hand?
And then you're going to cut another one right behind it like that.
Okay, one cut like
Yep,
this.
and you enter at a shallower angle than that.
Oh.
Right. And don't scoop. Keep.
Oh.
Oops, there you go.
Hold
That's
on.
all right.
That's okay. Well, when all was said and my candle was carved, I'll be honest, it didn't look half bad. It looked completely bad. But just trying gave me a real appreciation for the amount of training and concentration that goes into every one of these masterpieces. If you want to light up a room, buy a regular candle. But if you want to watch people light up when they walk into a room, Holland House candles have no match. Oh, except for the ones you use to light them with. I'm sure you've heard of the Wright brothers, the Marx brothers, and even the Blues brothers. But if you want good baked goods and you're in Holland, you gotta go see the Dutch brothers. In 1956, fourth-generation baker Jacob de Boer came to Holland from the Netherlands, had 3 sons, Jacob, Sam, and Mitch, and voila, the Dutch brothers were born. If you've got a hankering for some old-world goodness done right, you're in the right place, because the mantra at de Boer's Bakery and Restaurant is, "Come hungry, we have lots." These young guys craft incredible artisan breads, pastries, and cookies the original Dutch way, and you can totally taste it. Their passion for both pastries and people is the primary reason for their popularity. Okay, so you're a baker.
True.
Your brothers are bakers.
Fact.
Your dad was a baker.
Check.
Your grandpa was a baker.
His grandfather as well.
Really?
So yeah, we are 5th generation.
So what do you love about doing this?
What I like the most about my job really is coming in, creating something from nothing. But you know, I start my job's, you know, it starts and it finishes every day. You know, I create something, and you know, I get to leave with a full sense of satisfaction. You know, you take flour, sugar, water, and you can create so many different things. You know.
You see the end result of your work.
Exactly.
Right. So you guys do traditional Dutch pastries and
True.
desserts?
Yep.
What are some of the favorite ones?
Crockling is a big one. We do these things called lekkerbekjes, which is like a pink marzipan that we roll around vanilla cake and put like a scratch buttercream in there.
It's almost like you're speaking a different language.
Yeah, lekkerbekje. Lekkerbekje means I like the taste in my mouth.
That's literally what it
Dutch,
means?
yeah, that's what it means. So in the Netherlands, like when you're out eating, it's lekker this, lekker that, you know. Oh, I love it. You know, I love the taste.
Well, because you guys not only make pastries, but you guys have a full restaurant.
We have a full restaurant as well. Breakfast and lunch. We're open 7 days a week. Including the restaurant, we also do everything the hard way too. We make everything. We make all of our own breads, English muffins, biscuits. We crack all of our own eggs. There's no pre-made batters here of any sort. You know, when you sit down at a table here at de Boer Bakery, everything has been prepared from us.
So you and your brothers get along?
We love each other dearly, but we can fight and we can say some of the meanest things that you've ever heard people say to each other. But 5 minutes later, we can be best friends again, because the bottom line is we're just making cupcakes.
Another thing they like to say at de Boer's is we're all family here, and that's what makes the atmosphere so awesome.
Are you girls in town for the beauty pageant this morning? Yeah, of course. Because you look beautiful this morning, that's for sure.
I was talking to Sam, and he said you guys never fight.
We never fight. Not true. Definitely do some fighting. Usually it happens in front of the employees. It usually happens in front of the customers even. So now we've actually at the point where we have to go out back, and then we do have a shouting match out back.
Right.
But you don't obviously want to do that in front of your employees and in front of your customers.
But you must love what you do.
We do. I kind of run the front of the house, so I kind of keep an eye on everything. If it's dishwashing, if it's the kitchen guys, if it's the front of the house with my servers or the bakery staff. You know, it's just constantly watching and making sure that every customer leaves happy and they had just a really good experience at DeBoer's.
You know, there's a lot of places you can eat in Holland, but a lot of people have a lot of reasons to eat a lot right here.
Since I'm Dutch born, I love being here because it gives me a sense of home.
Exceptional food, great people, and I found it intriguing that Dutch guys could make such a good huevos rancheros. I just love it.
It's Dutch and we're all Dutch.
Oh, you're Dutch.
We're all Dutch.
Speak some Dutch for me.
Oh, I can't.
Oh.
Maybe. Yeah. Hoe is de even da? How are you today? Yeah.
I'm a good one.
Well, that's okay. You're good, huh?
Very good fellas, good food and things like this. And hey, the best place in town to eat.
So you're a preacher?
I am.
Are the DeBoer brothers good boys?
You know, I don't think we want to go there, do we?
Well, we may not want to go there, but if you want to go taste some outstanding artisan baked goods or a fantastic homemade meal, go see the DeBoer brothers in Holland. And if you go Dutch, you'll only be paying for yourself. Bonus. You know, there's one thing that ties Holland, Michigan back to the Netherlands more than any other thing. And I hear tell it's a pretty big thing. Just got to try and find it. The De Zwaan Windmill, meaning the Swan, at Windmill Island Gardens is probably the most famous landmark in Holland. It was originally built in 1761 and was brought to Holland from the Netherlands in 1964. It's the only authentic working Dutch windmill in the entire United States. And even though it's amazing and was an incredible feat of engineering for its time, believe it or not, the windmill is the second reason we came to Windmill Island. The first is Elisa Crawford, who totally cast her fate to the wind by becoming, now get this, the only Dutch certified journeyman miller in America and the only woman member of the Netherlands Professional Corn Millers Guild and the sole miller of this 253-year-old Dutch windmill.
Follow me on up, Tom. Let's go up to the 5th floor. We'll take a look at the millstones.
So this is the 5th floor?
Yeah, so we call it the stone floor.
Oh, I see why. There's a big stone up here.
Exactly. This is one set of our millstones. We have 2 sets here in the mill. This set we keep open so that people can really see and understand what millstones look like and how they work. The other set is over on the other side of this floor, and it's covered with a wooden housing, a lot like what you see on this side, in order to contain the flour after it's ground.
Well, what I didn't realize is this isn't just a decorative windmill, this is an actual working mill.
That is exactly right. That's a really important aspect about this mill. The fact that it's not only the last that was allowed to leave the Netherlands, but it's also still a working and producing windmill.
Now, how did you become, are you the only female miller in the entire United States?
Well, we'll back up just a little bit, and what it really is that I'm the only Dutch certified miller in the Americas.
How do you get certified?
Well, I had to go over to the Netherlands, learn Dutch, go through their program, and then become certified.
That is so cool. So how long have you been doing this?
Well, I started in a water-powered mill when I was only 17 years old, and I got the chance to really learn the art of milling. And so I apprenticed for 2 years just to learn milling. But again, water-powered and wind-powered are 2 different things. So when I came here in 2002, I knew I had a lot to learn.
It's amazing as we're standing here and the giant blades you can feel the whole structure moving.
You can, there's a little vibration, and if we look upward, we get this sense of those blades really turning and turning this giant spur wheel above our heads, all wooden gearing and still lubricated with beeswax today.
You've got the coolest job in the world, don't you?
I think so. I love the fact that it's a chance to teach history and to preserve the past.
Sure, we can all appreciate the beauty and significance of Dutch windmills, but having the chance to learn about their inner workings from a master was a real treat. If you get a chance to visit this great piece of history, you won't regret it. So whether you want to light up your life, dine with some Dutch brothers, or mill about a beautiful island, you may as well do it in one of Michigan's prettiest towns. Sure, we've got plenty of them, but I don't think they'll mind if you start in Holland.
Have you ever been to a town that's so nice you wanted to go there twice? Come on.
Well, when it comes to St. Joseph, 3 times probably won't do it. In fact, this place is so nice you might even want to live here. The downtown is classic, quaint Americana. The beach and parks are absolutely beautiful. The people are friendly and welcoming, and there's enough great restaurants and shops here to keep you full and happy for a long, long time. It's the kind of town where you feel like you're on vacation every day of the year. The city of St. Joseph is located in the western Lower Mitten, right on the beautiful shores of Lake Michigan. I was lucky enough to link up with Jill Stone. She's the executive director at St. Joseph Today, and she gave me an auditory tour of town in a very peaceful sit-down.
I don't usually talk to people on the main drag of a town, but it's so wonderfully quiet here. How did you figure that out?
Well, I think it's just has to do with our street being a little off from the main street.
People must love living here.
We do. We get to live in paradise. That's what we say. What you see is here. It's here all year round. And just the scenes throughout town with the carousel and the beach and everything else just make it a fantastic destination for families, for couples.
It's almost like you like this town.
I love this town.
You referred earlier when I was talking, you referred to above the bluff and below the bluff.
Yes.
Explain that for people.
Well, right now we are above the bluff. It's where our downtown is located, lots of thriving shops. We actually have quite a few unique shops and eateries up here. And then when you go below the bluff, that's where you hit the sand, the surf, the fountain, and everything else.
It's nice that the town is above the bluff, because that way if the kids get a lot of sand on their feet at the beach, by the time they get back to the room, sand's gone.
A little bit. It shakes out.
Well, after we got our bearings above the bluff, we decided to head below the bluff for a bite to eat.
You know, a lot of things inspire people to start their own business, but here's one that was inspired by a frosty cold adult malted beverage. I'll drink to that.
Silver Beach Pizza is the place to go in St. Joe for great people, atmosphere, pizza, and a frosty cold adult malted beverage called a schooner. Oh yeah, and if you need to catch a train, this place also happens to be a real working Amtrak station. All aboard! Now, when he's not busy riding the Silver Beach Carousel with me and Jill, David Costas holds down the fort at St. Joseph's most prominent Parkside pizza party place.
Is it true that your dad started this place over a couple of beers just like this?
Yeah, that's the story. It was actually in Hawaii on the Big Island. They love to go there for vacation, and I guess the bartender pulled out a couple of these mugs, and the froth was rolling off the sides, and it's when they decided they wanted to open a restaurant to serve beer in them.
That's what I read. The story that your dad and his buddy had a couple of great beers. Said, let's open a place that serves great beers. And they're like, well, we have to have food too.
Yeah.
So they thought, well, how about pizza?
So yeah, we had a restaurant lease and no food, so it worked out.
And these are called schooners?
Called schooners, yep.
And they come in an extremely frosted glass.
Yes, we've spent a lot of money on the system to keep them cold. There's about 500 in rotation.
How long has this place been a train station?
40s?
Since the
maybe.
40s?
Maybe earlier. Could be wrong.
When did your dad turn it into a funky, cool restaurant with beer?
We are going on 9 years in August.
You couldn't ask for a more beautiful location. I mean, you've got the train pulling up, you've got the beach right in front of you. There's families outside playing, there's the splash pad out there. It's a perfect place for a business.
It is a perfect place. All this wasn't always here. This used to just be a field. You know, the carousel wasn't over there. So everything kind of fell into place nicely around the restaurant.
It must be neat working here because your dad started the place. What's the most rewarding thing for you?
Really around here, it's nice being such a big part of the community. Just kind of knowing everybody. We take part in a lot of fundraisers. We feel like we're very involved in the community, and that's it. I really love this town.
Then suddenly, the train pulled in, the place filled up, and the love for Silver Beach Pizza was everywhere.
What brings you here today? The beer, the pizza, or the train?
The pizza. It's gotta be the pizza.
Oh, it's pizza. Pizza all the way. We started coming here about 2 months ago and fell in love with it. We try to get here about once a week.
Great food, close to the beach. What more could you want?
So you came here all the way from Colorado for the pizza?
Absolutely. It's the best pizza east of the Continental Divide.
You know, the location's great, but I think you could have an average pizza if you wanted to, but the fact that the food is great and the location is great is like a double threat, I think.
Well, speaking of double threats, what about the beer?
That makes it a triple threat.
Oh.
We've lived here for 3 years. It's a great place to bring people to enjoy the atmosphere. I love the food.
Is it too close to the beach? Do you ever get sand in your pizza?
Not thus far.
Even if half of your family didn't work here, would you love this place still?
Oh my God, yeah, the pizza's the best.
It's the food, it's the service. Look around.
It's a gem. We don't even go to the beach. We come here.
I won't tell the beach.
It's okay.
So, I understand something very special just happened.
Yes, it did.
What?
We got engaged. Got engaged.
Oh, I thought you ordered the Meat Lovers Pizza.
Oh yeah, the Meat Lovers Pizza is the best.
Let's see a big hug. Come on, let's see you do it. Like you like each other. Very nice.
So whether you drive, take the train, or even swim to shore, Silver Beach Pizza will faithfully fulfill all your carbohydrate needs.
And not only did I get a frosty cold schooner, I got my own custom t-shirt too. Bonus.
You know, sometimes the best way to learn the personality and flavor of a town is through a local artist. And I found one who's got a plethora of personality. Easy for me to say. You'll find Dave Smeichel and what he likes to call his crazy wall of craziness at the Chartreuse Gallery Art Co-op in downtown St. Joseph. The gallery is full of wonderfully expressive pieces that truly reflect the creative spirit of this town. If you want to get a flavor for this area, the eye candy here is an absolute taste-tempting treat for that big thing that sits on top of your shoulders. Now, for people who aren't in the know, how does your typical art co-op work?
Our art co-op, Chartreuse, is local. You have to be within a 50-mile radius of St. Joe, and you must work a set amount of hours, about 20 hours. You work your shift, and then you are given your space, and then you can sell your wares.
Oh, okay. So today, lucky you, today's your day.
It's my day.
Now, you're considered to be a mixed media outsider artist. What does that even mean?
My version of outsider art is someone who is untrained, no college or no specific training, painting or drawing. Mine just happens to be on barnwood and driftwood.
Right, so you just discovered one day I have this talent for art, and then you decided to exploit that talent.
I exploit it.
Yeah.
I grew up in St. Joe. I live right on the lake, so driftwood comes to me, so I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're known for your signs that you make and for your sense of humor. What's your inspiration for that?
I was dropped on my head.
Me too.
I really don't know.
was I.
Hi. I don't know. I like to laugh. Art shouldn't be so serious. So I secretly like to get as many laughs as I can.
Now, I understand you're doing something pretty extraordinary for an artist here in town named Brian Cooley.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell me his story?
At my real job, I'm a job coach or a job developer. I'm also a member of this artist co-op. So when I met Brian Cooley, he is autistic and wanted to pursue an art career, but was limited in what he could do. So I helped him get his artwork together. He presented it to the co-op at Chartreuse and was voted in just like anybody else. With my help, I drive him to work and help him on the cash register. He's also selling his artwork as just a regular artist in the co-op. So that's exciting. It's good progress.
It's a wonderful thing for you to do for him. And his art is wonderfully whimsical. It's got great humor, color. I mean, I fell in love with it the instant I saw it.
His work goes well with children, love it. They get it instantly. Adults like it. So he's got it going on.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, thanks to you for doing that.
Well, it's a joy.
Dave and Brian display a ton of both art and heart at the Chartreuse Gallery. They really personify the creative spirit of this part of Michigan. So, if you're looking for a town where you feel like you're on vacation all year round, for goodness sake, get yourself to St. Joseph. Oh, and don't worry, we'll keep the beer cold for you. Hey folks, you want to become part of the League of Extraordinary UTR Super Friends? It's super easy. Just go to utrmichigan.com. You can watch episodes, tell us where to go next, get information on all the places we've been, and even get UTR wearables like I'm sporting right here. Oh, and you can even get our new book, Under the Radar, the First 50, featuring our first 50 episodes and DVDs of all of our shows. So become a UTR Super Friend today. Go to utrmichigan.com. It's super cool and super easy.
Under the Radar Michigan is brought to you in part by the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, investing in people, places, and partnerships to help transform Michigan and the Michigan economy. In cities, towns, and neighborhoods, people are building better places to live and better communities.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
And by Big B Coffee, celebrating 18 years as a Michigan company. Gift cards, mugs, and coffee by the pound available in store and online. Franchise info available at biggby.com. The Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure series raises funds and awareness in the breast cancer fight. celebrates survivorship, and honors those who have lost their battle. Everyone is welcome. Find a Komen Race for the Cure in more than 140 cities at komen.org.